Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind Let's Play Homecoming for the PC. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your Story-Based Community channel, and today we continue on with page 3139 as Jade is preparing for imminent windfall. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Ugh, there he goes again, bothering you. He is so impatient. Doesn't realize how time-consuming it is preparing for the holidays. Just going to have to hold his stupid, angry alien space horses. Wait, you almost forgot. I mean, it's still April, and nowhere near the holiday season. Yes, all this wintry weather tricked you into thinking it was. But wait, even that doesn't make any sense. Since it never snowed on the island, you were never able to connect with the holiday season. Boy, are you confused. But you always wanted a white Christmas. And dang it, that is what you're going to have, even though it's April, and even though you're giving all these presents to yourself, and even though Jesus Christ is no longer a relevant figure to celebrate on account of the annihilation of humanity. Ah, shut up, Carcat. Whoa. Carcat cannot be conveyed with a more detailed portrait yet. He is too angry and is forced to look like garbage. Maybe later if he managed to calm down. Ah, heck, let's be Santa. Making a Christmas tree? Yay! Yeah, it's perfect. It is the prettiest tree I've ever seen. Okay, I'm gonna torrent you another like negative billion artifact gris. Okay, great. Everything about that makes total sense. Well, yeah. Now draw the suckiest boot you've ever drew. Okay. Draw the suck boot. That's a big boot. Is this conksucky enough? Well, it's the conksuckiest piece of garbage that will ever somehow qualify as a boot. Ah, you just know how immigrants are responsible. Well, I'm not even sure I'm technically a US citizen. But yeah, I see what I mean. Deck the halls. The night bear before Christmas, all through the house. Not a creature? Alchemize. Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this, and he has some great ideas. But first, we would like to make something practical. Something to keep you warm in this chilly weather. Make earmuffs. Whoa. I like mouse over and it changed. That was cool. I know that was just the timing of it all, but it was cool. Fluffy ball plus headband. You combine Rose's headband with some sort of fluffy ball you drew. This is really working. Also, his pointless thing was absurdly expensive for some reason. Just draw some earmuffs. Only 2 gris. Yay! You simply draw a pair of earmuffs and make them... Yay! Yay! Combine earmuffs and lunch top. Oh, hey! You make a pair of lunch muffs. Finally, an easy hands-free computing solution that keeps your ears warm and looks amazing to boot. Combine the Johnny 5 and the lunch top. You figure as long as you have the lunch top card handy, you might as well try to do something with this dumb Johnny 5 ghost image you accidentally made once. You don't even know what this stupid robot deal is. You haven't ever even seen this stupid movie. That's cool. You make the Johnny top. Finally, a difficult to use hands-on computing solution that does nothing but roll around of his own accord while talking about his own emotions and reading books fast. Finally! Combine the Iron Man armor and outfit. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. That looks cool. Is this before Marvel's Renaissance with Iron Man? Like, when was the first Iron Man movie? When did it come out? Fun fact about the first Iron Man movie. I saw the world debut trailer. It's the only time I've ever really had a chance to do something like incredibly geeky and cool. I went to Comic-Con that year, and I saw the world debut trailer of Iron Man. They also showed the world debut movie of the Doctor Strange. It was an animated Doctor Strange, and it was really, really good. Like, really good. The release date of Iron Man was 2008. This was 2010. So yes, Iron Man was a big thing back then. You decide to cut to the chase and do something that will have indisputably cool results. You go to one of the stairwell rooms and carefully observe the armor while you sketch it. You have secretly wondered whether your grandpa was actually Iron Man in his younger years. It would explain so many things, including why this armor is here. Oh my god. That is amazing. You make the Iron Last suit. It's quite stylish, but maybe a bit cumbersome for casual wear. Probably only good for special occasions. If you are going to adopt a new regular outfit, you probably prefer something a little comfier and less ostentatious, and if possible, in less flagrant violation of copyright laws. Combine one of Grandpa's beauties and outfit. You sketch one of his silly sun-bleached blue lady portraits. He would be so proud. Oh, she's adorable looking. Oh, look at that. I love the blue color as well. You make the dress of Eclectica. This is so much better. Combine Rose's crystal ball and magic cue ball. You lost your magic ball in the explosion, so I had to draw it and keep your modist know what you're getting at, and hope your modist knows what you're getting at. You have been dying to see its predictions, and you think you are onto something here. Why not just write something like maybe later or something on it? Sadly, the Morbus interprets your circle as a boring and useless magic 8 ball. Oh well, you guess you'll do it anyway. That's what I thought she was going for. Magic cue ball. Oh, a little bit different. Combine Rose's crystal ball and magic 8 ball. Transparent magic 8 ball. Whoa, thing is cool. You make a transparent magic 8 ball. You can now see inside and watch the dark water slosh about the cavity and the globe. The predictions you've come to lame when you see all the other possibilities coming around in there. Kind of makes the fortune feel irrelevant. Combine the crystal ball and glasses. Oh my god. That looks gnarly. You make the suspects. Now you can see everything, albeit through a Disney and fish eye filter. Combine the suspects and lunchbox on lunchtop. Oh. You make the Junior Campus Spectagoggles. You can never have too many cool computers. That was expensive. Combine the furry trophy, lunchtop, and shirt and shoes. Yo, Jade is looking amazing right now. Oh, the wolf head. Look at that. You grab one of Grandpa's softest trophies and use it to make a really stylish, warm, fuzzy squirtle jacket. You do the exact same thing to your shoes to create a matching pair of squirtle sneaks. The jacket and the shoes are also computers. You will never be caught without a computer, ever. You are suddenly feeling more fashionable than any kid in a paradox space. All the style belongs to you. All the style belongs to you. All your base belong to us. The only thing left to do is make yourself deadlier. Combine Dave's Midnight Crew poster and rifle. Whoa! You make a girl's best friend. Pew pew pew! Oh my gosh, she is so cool looking right now. Like, dang. Really, really cool. I love it. 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 Combine Charles Dutton and Squirtle. You still have this Charles Dutton ghost image you accidentally made. Well, you're not really sure what to do with gentlemen, if anything. Oh well, when in doubt, squirtle it. You make a duddle. Why? The duddle is when you're out a little. You believe you'll keep your distance from the duddle. Yeah, I would too. Why'd you use this thing? Sketch the particle accelerator. You put the leering doodle out of your mind and try to sketch one of the pieces of equipment from your destroyed room to the best of your recollection. Hopefully it works so you can try making something sweet. Combine the rifle, iron last suit, and particle accelerator. Whoa! What? It worked. The result is a huge proton cannon. Obviously, you can only wield this weapon in your iron last suit. Oh my god. Thing is crazy. Requires a special diamond? Oh, you would if you're able to afford the thing. Dave, Turbo trying to do a lot of grist, but you don't have that much. Aww, poor girl. Combine the mummy and MC poster and outfit. Whoa, look at her. She looks so cool. You make the dead shuffle dress. While wearing this outfit, you almost feel as if you were ripped straight from the animes. Combine the green sun bedsheets and girl's best friend. Oh, that looks cool. You make the green sun street sweeper. Ah, yeah. How about one more outfit? Outfits are the best, you think? That one also required one of these rainbow diamonds. Combined dress of Eclectica, felt poster, and 8-ball. Oh, look at that. You make the 3 in the morning dress. It's so fancy. You cannot imagine wearing it on anything other than super special occasions. Not to mention you'll freeze your butt off in this thing. Combine the mecha, street sweeper, and iron suit. So let's go. You still had this mecha ghost image you made a while ago, by accident as usual. Might as well throw a bunch of crazy stuff together and see what sort of insane loot crops up. The suspense is almost too much. You make. Now, one of the coolest things I love about this game is when you combine crazy stuff together. And it's been a while since we've been able to do this. And I absolutely love this part of the story because it's just insane the crazy things you can make. And yes, I know I'm building up the suspense by not clicking the button, but I just want to say I really, really enjoy this part of the story. All right, what do we make? Johnny 5. Dang it! Stupid thing thinks he's alive. It's a tin can. Robots don't have feelings. Aww. Combine Dutton and Suspex. I don't know if that was a good idea. 0. It costs 0 to make because it's like, yeah, you don't want to do that. You make the Dutton bubble goggles. Looks like she's looks like she's spacing out. You can see into eternity. Forever. Okay, that's enough. Oh, look at her. April 18th, happy April 13th, 2009, everybody. So here's the glasses, here's this, there's that. Like everything she just made all around. Which outfit do you like better? I like this one. It seems to suit her more. Although this black and red one is really cool. And this one with the galaxy on it, it's just sweet. They're all cool. All of your computers light up at once as some D-bag starts hassling you. Whoever this D-bag might be, you'll have to remember to keep most of the computers turned off. Answer it. That looks cool. That looks amazing. All right, who do we got? We have Eridan. Yes. Let me make a note. I'm trying to see if I can make notes when I play these episodes so it's easier to make chapters. Eridan. Now that you're done making all that pointless rubbish, I've got something way more worth your while. Which one were you again? Wait, weren't you the one who was always trying to hit on me? That could have been anyone. Let's not get distracted by your sad league of suitors and the flesh desperations. I'm offering you the edge here, in your rivalry with the other female. Got the same status, and since I don't need this thing anymore, since I became more powerful than you could ever imagine as a mighty wizard of right science. So you might as well take it and settle your score with that awful witch. But I'm the witch. I mean, witch. Well, yeah, okay. Let's see ya then if you want to be dealing with the technicalities. Rose? I do not have a score to settle with Rose. Why would you think that? Oh, well done. Suppose if I was guessing it was natural to presume some such revelation like that between the two of you. God, it's so hard to say like two because we don't pronounce the W's in two. So when you have a sound like that, it's really, really hard. I think you are projecting your own attitude onto others. Just because you tend to hate and or hit on everyone you meet doesn't mean everyone else is that way. Rose just sent me a code for a crystal ball. She's my friend and is basically the best. Oh, I see. So she shared her magic secrets with you then. It's probably a trap. I wouldn't trust her. She is a cunning and treacherous sort. Trust me, I don't know her type. Wait, do you have a thing for her too? Did she reject you or something? You are slinging around such a bloody mess of slander with these accusations. You wouldn't understand anyway. It's already been painfully established. You people can't get your shallow think ponds under the majesty of our quadrants. Huh? If you must know all things between us, we were getting pretty bellicose, and I'm pretty sure she was waxing an obsidian for me, as a human got an in him to do. Waxing an obsidian for you? I don't think that means what I think it means. Anyway. And if not for the interdimensional divide keeping us apart, honestly, I don't doubt our rivalry could be babooing right pitch. Uh-huh. But the thing is, I need a revival. Babu can pose me a challenge. And frankly, she's not even fit for holding my cape anymore. At this point, I find all her adorable black pixie darlings to be prime kiddie playtime garbage. All of her fraudulent magics cannot come close to posing threat to my mastery over the two sciences. And with my imperious Vavand, I serve as the righteous type that will incinerate delusion and the deluded alike. My holy fire is the Vavite fury bled from the Vavath the very eyes of 50,000 non-fictional angels. And when they're finished for weeping, they will bow before their prince. Wow, what are you talking about? That was such a great line. So really, you should be honored to inherit my old calling. Both my armaments and my feud. It'll be Vavitch against Vavitch. A real one reverse an imposter. Fake one dies. Hey, look at that. It's time for me to keep going. Oh, but will you just take the gun already? No, I don't want it. It's way more powerful of a weapon than any of that garbage that you made. It's a legendary relic without equal. It's more like a legendary piece of garbage. You're being needlessly stubborn about this. I'm doing you a favor here. Deal with it. Yes, but I don't like you very much, and I feel really icky about accepting a present from you. If you accept it, this is the last I'll ever be bothering you about anything, okay? Fine. What? Well, that's the code. Oh, okay. F F F F F. Oh, that looks cool. Take some of this darkened gem. Oh, look at that thing. That thing looks amazing. I have seen this before. How is that possible? It's a one of a kind of weapon plundered from an Altinian ghost ship. I'm sure it's the same rifle included with John's present, but bigger, of course. It's probably a cheap imitation of the original. Kind of like that one there it is. So there's your answer, stable loops ahoy. Now enjoy the utter domination it affords. Yes, but I did not provide the weapons. My pen pal did. Who's that? The guy who helps me build the present? We worked on it together. We supplied the bunny's weapons. I'm pretty sure he's from the future. But why? Because he said he's my grandson. But what the heck is a grandson? Is that some kind of perverse human familial thing? Yes? Never mind then your procreational biologistics. Make my fiends curl in distaste. Oh no. Ah! Please don't tell anyone I told you about him. Ark, how could I let that slip to you of all people? Settle down, Jade. You're vastly underestimating the amount of garbage I don't give about this. I'll have you know that this is the last time I'm planning on talking to any human. I got bigger ships to sink, and soon, when I'm good and ready, me and my luminous science stick have got a date with Jack Noir. And no, not that kind of date. Give me a little credit. Wow. Uh, okay. I wasn't going to say anything. But why is the matter? So hush anyway. He didn't want me to tell my friends about who he really was. I guess he was concerned about upsetting the timeline? I don't know. Well, maybe he didn't want to disrupt, for whatever discuss the secrets of events for were responsible for spawning in the first place. Well, maybe. I have wondered about that. Assuming he is right, he was so nice, and it really did feel like I was talking to family, so I really don't think he was making it up. I couldn't help but try to imagine his parents, and more interestingly, his grandfather. Ah, I still wonder who it could be, although I guess at this point, the options are pretty limited. Okay, I think I'm starting to feel like talking about things making me feel the pink vaviglas coming out of my own personal torso. So change the subject. That gun I just got given you is something of a hatch bite to the kid. Happy I could play a role in your dirty stinking lineage. Like an heirloom? I guess it could be. Do you even have those? If you don't have parents, how could you? No, they don't know or are direct forebears, and I'm pretty sure any attempt to seek out or even inquire about the supply of your genes would be a fine way to get yourself killed. But Veve got a lure, and it says Veve all got individual ancestors who contribute to most of our genes above and beyond for what the glove slurry does. Oh! Oh, shut up! Anyway, a lot of us believe they are meant to trace the footsteps of those ancestors, even when though they can never know them. And on that journey, they can come across belongings they once had, cause they were hatched to find them and finish their work. I kinda think that's why I found the gun in the first place. But now I'm forsaking it because, I just found a better destiny than my old cruddy one, for which I never got any appreciation for anyway. Hmm? Then maybe that is how the heirloom should work. What do you mean? Well, I don't want to use it. Oh man, come on. So I'll just dump it outside the house with the trash. And if it's fated to find my pen pal one day, then so be it. God dang it! It's like if people go out of your way to think how to disrespect me. Well, maybe it should have been nicer to me. In any case, I don't appreciate the spirit in which the gift was given, so this is what I'll do. Fine, what do I care? This has been a completely flipping useless exchange, as have all the been with your species. And for the record, even though I said the stuff about being fated to find my gun, fate isn't real. It's a lot of fake horse feathers. Now go and be cleansed by the light of truth, purity, non-fakeness, hope, and above all, science! Boom! Gigi's Johnny Top just exploded. How that happen? Throw the LPOS outside with the trash. Oh, that's a really cool looking gun, though. I want to see what it did. 10? It's a countdown running here. 10 hours left. All the trolls. Whoa! So the green sign just came and basically said, something? Like the whole thing just exploded. But yeah, it's still counting down from 6 hours. Okay, here we have that little activity that we're doing. So this is at that time and space. 4 hours and 13 minutes. I love the art, by the way. So cool. And she looks so cute right here. Solix, answer Aradia. Apocalypse Riggin began trolling twin Armageddons. Alright. TA. Solix, yes. Hi. Hi. I guess I should say something before I go. Alrighty, I'm right glubbing here, well, like 2 feet away from you. If you want to say something to me, why don't you just turn to your left and say it? It's bad enough that you hardly said 2 lousy words to me since you became that sweaty butthole smooch bot. I know, but this is hard for me. How is it hard? You are a tin can. Robots don't have feelings. Aww. Aww, that's repeating what was just said. Aww. No, that's not true. Okay then, what is it? Sorry about everything. And all the bad luck that you've had. You didn't deserve it. I have to go now. Wait, what? Where are you going? I'm not sure. Cool, I guess. Anyway, that's it. Wait, you mean for good? Will I ever see you again? I don't know that either. But I guess if you do, probably not with your eyes. Oh, what the heck is that supposed to mean? I think you'll be okay with it though. I wish I could somehow make that emoticon smile. Oh, now that looks stupid. Oh well. Aw. She's just asleep in the background. Aww. Oh! Bot explode. Ah! There goes her head. That woke her up. Come on, buddy. Turn that oh into an oh. Wait, no, that looks stupid. Oh well. Aww. 3 hours, 15 minutes. Doom Dave. Wake up. Doom Dave. Pester Terezi. Okay. Doom the Dave. Twin Tech God began pestering Gallows Calibrator. Well, that was apparently pointless. Well, now what? Hello? Hey, Terezi, what's up? Huh? Whoa! That's... No. No. Dave just ate it. No. Poke. Poof. No. Abscond. Jade, employed junior Compassooth spectagoggles. Oh. Why is everyone dying all of a sudden? Like, why? Man. These cuttings cost a fortune to make. They better do something awesome. Turns out they do. The sophisticated computing technology merged with the crystal ball provides a simple way to see everything going on right now in the Essosphere. How amazing is that? As a witch of space, you figure it's about time you better get acquainted with the full breadth of your domain, which say all physical locations. Yeah. I mean, dude, that looks great. How she can literally see like everything. Like the different planets. This is over here. It's kind of hard to see. View John. There he is, on the battlefield no less. Look at the face. Look at the smile. That's a pretty cute outfit he's got on. You wonder what he did to make it. You also wonder why he's not answering your messages. Does he even have a computer on him? He should try to have more foresight and carry no less than 5 computers on him at all times, like a sensible person would. Few rows. There she is. What is she doing on the lava planet? She seemed awfully preoccupied when you spoke with her moments ago, and she gave you the code for the crystal ball. You wonder who she could be talking to. Few Dave. It's just like all the Daves. According to the spectacles, there are currently 13 Daves scattered around the Ensis Fair, including Jadesprite. That is an absolutely preposterous amount of Daves. You guess Jadesprite is a one prototype by his future self that John was telling me about. Dave sure is a clever guy. Might as well have a look. You Jadesprite. The guy was zeroing in on a pendant which is covered in blood. What? Oh no. Seems like Dave is no longer too cool to have any damn family members. This is so sad. Hang on. The Dave count suddenly dropped from 13 to 12. Maybe one of them time traveled away. You hope it doesn't mean what you think it. Jade, you missing Dave. Ah! Oh no! Pester, one of the 12 Daves. So I don't get why the visuals seem so different sometimes. Like, she looks so old here. Like, she looks like she's grown up now. But that's not how she looked here. Like, I don't understand the different art styles. Dave! Any Dave out there, please listen. Hey, this is Dave out there. What's up? Dave, I just saw you and you were dead. You were in a green suit and covered in blood? Oh God, it was terrible. That was a future Dave. You had to make sure it doesn't happen. It wasn't a future Dave. He was from a while ago. Oh, I'm confused. I'm sorry you had to see that. But don't worry, it was just a doomed Dave. It's no big deal, really. It was swindled into splitting time pass along the way, and that guy got the dead end of the stick. It'll be fine. Okay. I'm still not sure I get that. I guess I'm relieved? Yeah, I'm with her on that one. Well, yes, you are. Go ahead and be relieved. Whoa, there I just was. Well, nice. How did that poor Dave die? Was it Jack? Well, yeah. It's pretty much the guy in charge of random teleportation murders right now. What about your, oh no, I don't even know if you know what about this. What? My bro? Yeah, Jack killed him too. Is it something you would like to talk about? Not much to talk about. I mean, this is some pretty serious exchange, existence threatening stuff going down. And some people are going to die, yes. Even crazy hard dudes like my bros / weird covert biological ghost dad. Ghost dad? Well, yeah, Rose's too. I thought John filled you in on all the ectobiology stuff. Oh, yes, he mentioned something about it. I guess I didn't realize it until its full implications. But time was short when we talked. Well, the bottom line is we were all related slime-wise. Except you and me, and him. In those pair ways, respectively. Makes the shipping chart pretty simple. Here, hang on while I dig up that piece of garbage that Carcat made. Where the heck did that thing go? Screw it, never mind. Just imagine something ugly made by a jack butt. I forgot it still had to get back to him. It's like a big unpleasant chore hanging over my head. Well, I guess. Anyway, Dave, I'm really sorry about your bro / dad. You're pretty close with him, right? Well, man, it was a pretty bizarre relationship by any standard. Fighting off wave after wave of face-pumping puppet butt every day. Always being on guard for stealth attacks in the middle of the night while getting up to the bathroom. But I guess it all sort of amounted to some vague, unspoken semblance of kinship. Well, if that's the thing. Like, if honor among thieves is something, then let's call it camaraderie among ironic rapping roof ninjas. But thanks. Sure. I thought about taking his sword. Then I was there. But I couldn't. Couldn't really bring myself to try to pull it out. It was too weird. Dave, we had to stop him. What? Jack, you shouldn't get away with this. You think? Yes. Why don't you stop jumping around through time like a maniac and stop being like 100 Daves all the time and come to my house so we can make a plan to kill him? Well, I'd like to. But I'm still trapped in the chronologics of this, one-man bullet ballet. There are loops outstanding, and if I step out of line, you get to see more bloody days. I'm getting pretty sick of it, but I think it'll be over soon. Well, then I'll break out and ride linear the rest of the way, I think. Once it's time to put the endgame in motion, but till then, you're on your own for a while. Oh. Besides, we can't beat him. Look what he did to my bro and Jadesprite together. I'm at the top of my H ladder with all my free motifs. I still stand no chance. John's even better than that, even though he doesn't know it at the moment, and he stands no chance either. I mean, the only thing we can do is hold out until the scratch. What is the scratch? Well, I guess I shouldn't really say, since you sort of lead the way in making that plan. Really? Well, yeah. As tough as to say, if we can't beat him, all we can really do is exile him to a place we can't teleport back, which hopefully buys us some time. Try to take out his power source in a crazy mission. So was that like a hint about what I'm supposed to do? Well, kinda. Well, maybe I'm just being naive, but a crazy mission like that does not sound ideal solution to me. Are you sure we can't beat him? I don't know if we should rule it out. Well, you're about to do what you're about to do, and I'm not going to tell you not to do. I won't do the BS troll thing and tell you that you're going to do and then just dare you not to do it. While knowing pretty dang well you will anyway. So I'll just say, what's next is up to you. And if lady want to talk about it, I'm here. Okay, thanks, Dave. Do what you're about to do. You don't know what you're about to do. But you gotta do something. You can't stand by and let that monster teleport murder people all day. And frankly, the crazy plan Dave mentioned sounds just plain stupid. There might be a better way. There has to be a better way. Think, imagination. You suddenly remember the idea your awkward fairy god troll proposed. Maybe a little too hard on him. He was just trying to be nice. And it was an honest mistake when he slaughtered your grandfather, ghost out with his own childhood flintlock pistol. That's a crazy sentence. Maybe you should give his plan another chance. Jade pestered Davos. Aww. Fell down the stairs. Aww. Hey, Tavos, I was thinking about your plan. About communing with my Lucis. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Are you there? I guess you're off doing something else. Okay, well, I hope you're doing okay. I'll talk to you later. Oh, poor guy. You don't think you can afford to wait around for him. This is the only other plan you can think of. One of last resort. Maybe it's for the best anyway. Who better to trust with the job? You prepare a delicious meal to summon your loyal Lucis, you mean dog. It's a giant steak. Yes. That's what I'll be making. Go upstairs to the laboratory. You enter the spooky old lab. You don't come here often. Huh? For a split second, you thought you saw something flash on the frustrated wall there. The fenestrated wall there. Yeah, it flashes way too fast though. Probably just your mind playing spooky tricks on you. Never had any idea what that thing was for. But we have our sleepy self here. Summon dog. So we're here with our sleep self and Beck. Beck Carroll comes quickly at the promise of irradiated steak. He is such a good boy, and truly the best friend a girl could ever hope for. Oh, you're sure gonna miss him. What the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? Wait, did we just merge our dream self with Beck? Say hello. Alright, this is really weird. Hello? Jade? Can you talk? Oh, good. Hey, I was starting to get worried there. This is weird. This is really weird. What did you do? It's a really good question. And that freak out right there is exactly what I would be doing too. What did you do? Whoa. What did you do? Oh my god. What did you do? Elsewhere. Jeez. While the timer counts down with no particular clock stepping forward to claim it. Oh, the clock is just about to hit 0. The most important character in Homestuck proudly regards the miracle of a new beginning. The most important character in Homestuck. Drop. Whoa! Bounce. Snowball. Ah! Oh, look, we can see through. All is well, the kingdom of heaven, to nobility, pros, in you are all. Lord English, reveal yourself! Unlocked album, Homestuck Volume 6, Air Transparent. Behold. So, Lord English, this is the guy. AH, don't actually turn out to be Lord English. Why, you idiot? Of course I'm not Lord English. How dumb would that be? Jeez, this coat is huge. I'm swimming in this garbage piece of garbage. Why would anybody fit in this thing? Disrobe. Why don't we cover this thing up? It'd be a real shame to spoil the little moment with this nonsense. That's better. It looks like... He looks like, John and Dave now. Huh. Retired to study. I retired my a heavily processed photograph of Andrew Carnegie's study. Painstakingly retrieved from a Google image search. Great Miss Paint. She's wearing the outfit as well. Yeah, they're both wearing the other's clothes. Miss Paint, you are doing a wonderful job, thank you. It was also very thoughtful of you to switch the layer mode of your coat of paint to the overlay setting, so it would not obscure the details of Mr. Carnegie's larvish room. Go check out Cal. Don't tell me he's here too. Seems to get more absurd. That Miss Paint is one classy, prospedian lady. She is a model of grace and beauty. I'm always a bit flustered in her presence, especially when she carries her little pail around like that. Whereas this lazy sack of garbage here makes me sick to my stomach. Cal, dang it, we were all supposed to dress up for this. It doesn't look like you even touched that nice suit I sewed for you. Let alone swap your eyes with those billiard balls and make them alternate reality, or rapidly. This insubordination is putting me in a foul mood. It's bad enough I just had to take Falcor out behind the woodshed and blow his brains out after he caught the rabies. Yeesh. Pull up to the old Underwood. Got a lot of typing to do. Hope the ribbon holds up. I should probably bust out that horrible drawing of myself again so I can type as quickly as possible. Bust out the horrible self-portrait. Whoops. Needs some felt duds. Hang on. Applied duds. Awesome. Works for me. Begin typing. So, the guy who wrote Homestuck, yeah, his name was Andrew Hussey. So, he literally put himself in the, I mean, we talk about meta, right? He's writing this story and they can see him writing the story. So, as for him being the most important character in Homestuck, he's the author, but at the same time, the story is coming to life around him, I guess? No, this is not nearly fast enough or chill enough. Come on, I can do better than that. Let's go, dude. We cap it like you mean it. Recap 3. Allowing all that white text crashed my browser. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is... Oh, this is a lot of reading. Okay. This is gonna be the rest of the episode right here, I can tell you that. Let's go with it. After Act 4, we begin Act 5, Act 1, otherwise known as High Bent. We are introduced to 12 trolls from the planet called Alternia, which resides in another universe. We follow these trolls as they play their own 12-player session of Suburb, or to them, Sagrub, to completion. A whole bunch of stuff happened along the way. In completing the game, they created a universe, our universe, home to Earth and our 4 heroes. But they were denied entry into the new universe due to an encounter with an indestructible demon. This demon was the 4 times prototype Jack Noir from the kids' session, forced into the trolls' session due to a space-time rift the kids would later call a scratch. The trolls fled to the Vale, discovered the existence of the kids, and began trolling them. So, the scratch sent Jack to the trolls dimension, and the trolls found us. So are we in just like one giant time loop? Like, how do we actually get out of this? Then Act 5, Act 2 started. Through a trolling viewpoint, we see John moments before the scratch is initiated wearing his god-tier hair of breath suit in the land of heat and clockwork, about to put in motion a plan he and other kids and the trolls all helped orchestrate to cause the scratch. This is the first conversation Karkat ever has with John, and the last John has with Karkat, pre-scratch. Karkat proceeds to tell John, to troll John backwards through his timeline. John knows increasingly little while Karkat gradually begins to understand more. Events from Karkat's perspective. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. 10:25, 10 hours and 25 minutes. Before some critical moment, Jack arrives and destroys the gateway to the new universe. Aradia transports all the trolls to the Vale to hide. Her army of doomed duplicates takes on Jack. They are all destroyed. The trolls find a computer lab in the Vale and stay there for the most part of the time remaining before the critical moment to occur at 00:00. 0612. Before critical moment, Jack destroys Prospect. Shortly before this, Kanai chainsawed off Talvis's legs to replace them with robotic legs supplied by Echoes. At the sight of this, Karkat faints, and for the first time, his dream self wakes up on Prospect. He is awake for only a moment before he sees Jack, and finally recognizes him as Jack Noir rather than the heretofore unidentified demon. Jack then kills him and all the other Prospect dreamers in the process of destroying the planet. Karkat remains asleep for an hour until 05:12:30 before critical moment, exactly halfway through the countdown. While sleeping post-dream death, he dreams of horror terrors in the furthest ring, an experience anyone will have is sleeping after dream death. On waking up, he orders everyone not to sleep. He also wakes up to news that the humans were discovered. Neither he nor the other trolls understand the significance of the humans right away. They were discovered when Terezi was wired 413 boom bombs from Dave on a future instruction. She urges Karkat to take a closer look at them. He dismisses them as irrelevant. It's not until later he makes a connection between the Jack Noir in the kids' session and the one hunting them down, recognizing them to be the same Jack, therefore placing the kids at fault for the current predicament. He then conceives of the plan to troll the humans as a futile form of payback, and urges his team to follow suit with a compelling speech. He isolates John as the primary target of his hatred after watching him grow up. He is sure John is fated to be his Kissmisses, a romantic partner specific to troll culture, centered around a rivalry and loathing. In his first conversation with John in the airsuit of Lohawk, he professes his feelings clumsily. John cannot reciprocate. The awkward exchange causes Karkat to trap himself into continuing backwards on John's timeline, and the trolling continues in reverse fashion until John's first conversation with Karkat. By then, Karkat has explained many things to John along his journey. Things about the game, about his role as an ectobiologist, and about their shared chief adversary, Jack Noir. In John's first conversation with Karkat, Karkat needs to get in touch with Jade. It's at this point on Karkat's timeline he has finally understood enough that he knows he must begin making plans with the kids for their mutual benefit. Karkat attempts to get in touch with Jade, who continues to ignore him in a particular time frame due to his persistent previous harassment of her in years prior. He leaves a message to her months in the past, telling her she needs to get in touch with him when a robot explodes. Her robot later finally does explode when her dream self is killed in the impact of Prospect's moon on the battlefield. When she wakes up, she remembers the message and contacts him, but she contacts him at a point in his timeline where he is not yet interested in hearing from her. He argues with her and is interrupted by his future self in a memo from time where he is trying to contact her. He and his future self argue, and Jade mediates between the two and becomes angry and frustrated and ceases the correspondence. Ooh. By this point, the biggest meteor yet is approaching quickly, and she must enter the medium to escape. She requires John's assistance. He must recover the server desk, install it, and rescue her. Events from John's perspective. John sleeps on Bo's rocket board, flying along with the meteors of the reckoning. He lands back on his planet, the land of wind and shade, Loas. His dream self had awoken after Dream Jade pushed him to safety from the blast of Prospect's moon. His dream self now exists on the battlefield, awake whenever John sleeps. He wanders the battlefield with his robot bunny, who he would later name Liv Tyler. He sees his dad and Rose's mom and runs to meet them, but he wakes up before reaching them and his dream self disappears. The ring he was carrying falls into a ravine below, later being covered by WV. before his exile to post-apocalypse Earth. Vriska was responsible for waking him up. Upon discovering John, she takes an interest in his advancement and uses her abilities to help him progress and set up critical events along his timeline. The only effect her abilities have on humans is to wake them up or put them to sleep. In this case, she woke him up so he would be able to receive the server disk about to come out of a parcel Pixis. The disk had been deposited into the pipeline by PM some time ago. She and John continue to converse, and he befriends her, oblivious to the true nature of her schemes. She functions as his patron troll, a troll who is particularly focused on helping with one of the kids, like Terezi is with Dave and Kanai is with Rose. John returns to his house and installs the server, but not before touching base with Rose, who is committed to cracking open the secrets of the game through dark magic, and Dave, who is from the future, having time traveled extensively over the course of the 24-hour reckoning period. John also encounters Nana, who gives him a pendant granting him the ability to summon her. She conjures a ghost bed for him and cooks for him with a ghost oven. He floats on his bed high above Loas while he connects to Jade. Jade, who had woken up in her bed at the foot of a hill, returns to her house to find John setting up the equipment. John deploys the alchemimeter and lathe in her greenhouse, and the crux extruder in front of her fireplace. He opens the crux extruder and discovers there are 10 minutes and 25 seconds until impact. They discuss what to prototype with, if anything. Rose warns him of the danger of failing to prototype, which would not allow the battlefield to heal, evolve to its found form, and grow the tumor inside, which is critical to her plan to destroy the Green Sun. John resolves to prototype with a blue doll missing an arm and an eye to deliberately dislabel Jack, but Vriska puts him to sleep before he can. But Carol then prototypes himself to destroy the meteor and save Jade. As he sleeps, John's ghost bed crashes into an oil ocean below. He loses his computer with the server disk in it and Nana's pendant. He hops to a small island. He notices the ocean is on fire over the horizon, and the fire is approaching. He talks to Rose, who informs him Jade entered while he slept and is safe. She tells him about a quest he'll need to go on later to recover the tumor from the battlefield and bring it to her. He then talks to Karkat, who is speaking to him only for the second time from Karkat's perspective. Karkat explains exactly what the kids did that made him decide to troll them. He blames Jade for prototyping Beck, creating Beck Noir, who is now terrorizing the troll session, while blaming John for allowing it to happen. Meanwhile, the fire is approaching his island and has turned green due to Beck Noir's transformation. Taking place during a duel with Bro and Jadesprite elsewhere on Loas, John is contracted by Vriska, who admits to putting him in this position to challenge him, to realize his potential as the heir of Breath. She also admits to deliberately playing a role in the creation of Beck Noir, wanting to be involved in the rise just as she also plans to be the one to kill him. She explains that regardless of her actions leading to his rise, his existence in the troll session is immutable. Due to the nature of paradox space, that outcome could only be changed with different actions. The only consequence of different actions would be an offshoot timeline in which all participants would be doomed. As the fire surrounds him, she encourages him to use his abilities, and with some coaxing from WV, who commands him from his station, he does the windy thing. The breeze surrounds Loas and puts out the fire completely, and blows John to a larger landmass just outside a village. The breeze also clears the clouds from the sky, but they return shortly, as the spell over the planet must be broken by other means. By unlocking his ability, he reaches the top of the echelon and becomes the air transparent. Vriska then informs him the only thing left to do is reach God tier, which is done by sleeping on his quest bed, which is nearby. She tells him to ask the locals about it. He does and finds the quest bed beyond the village. He sits in the bed, but isn't tired. Vriska gives him the choice of whether he would like her to put her to sleep. He agrees. And while he sleeps, Jack Noir finds him and stabs him through the chest, killing him. WV watches his death on the monitor and commands him to rise up. WV sees nothing except fireflies gather around John's body, while the quest bed glows. After the spectacle, there is no change. John's body remains motionless, and the monitor shuts off. WV believes that John has died. And he is right. But on the battlefield, his dream self appears lying on a corresponding quest bed. His dream self slowly takes on the signs of the wound inflicted on his real self as it rises. His dream self then takes over as his real self, with all wounds healed, as a fully realized heir of Breath. WV, pre-exile, watches this happen on the battlefield. He remembers this moment long after his exile without understanding what transpired, But on Earth, WV believes he has just witnessed the end of John's quest. WV is still in possession of the ring and has accidentally locked himself in the station, and there is not enough power to unlock it. The only source of power is a lump of uranium which he ate hours ago, and so he waits. John now wanders the battlefield, poised to complete the objective he was given by Rose. Events from Rose's perspective. Rose uses her dark magic to search for ways to subvert the usual course of the game and overcome the futility of the situation. With assistance from her patron troll, Kanaya, counsel from the gods of the First Ring, and information provided by Doc Scratch. Kanaya begins trolling Rose, suspecting her to be the author of the game fact guide she read on Alternia, a figure she grew up idolizing. But she becomes disappointed with her due to a series of miscues resulting from her sporadic non-linear trolling. She continues conversing with her non-linearly, engaging in a feud as Starkey one-ups some shit, gradually befriending her. She eventually realizes Rose is the true author of the guide when she watches her destroy the gate above her house with magic. She then continues helping her in a more linear fashion, uncovering the secrets of the game and sharing her own extensive knowledge of the game with her. Ultimately, as Kanai begins to understand the true nature of Rose's plan, she becomes afraid Rose is dangerous. She is especially unnerved by the fact that soon on Rose's timeline, her viewpoint goes dark, and she can no longer be monitored. But she acknowledges she can do nothing to stop her. So she trains Eridan to become a powerful white wizard of hope to challenge her, as a joke. A particular target of Rose's investigation is a green sun. She rips apart underground ruins to retrieve information on it and is further informed by Doc Scratch on the subject. The green sun is a huge star nearly twice the mass of the universe. It resides somewhere in the furthest ring and serves as a power source to all First Guardians. Beck was Earth's first guardian, and when he became prototyped, Jack inherited all his powers, which are supplied by the green sun. Doc Scratch is the first guardian of Alternia. Doc Scratch, like Beck, is a virtually omnipotent being with all the same powers. And unlike Beck, he is an intelligent host to those powers, and is therefore also omniscient. His job is to pave the way for the arrival of his employer, an indestructible time-traveling demon called Lord English. Lord English can only enter an universe upon its death, at which point he travels back in time to an early point in the universe's lifespan to assume leadership of his gang of monsters called the Felt. His machinations, like Scratch's, are in part designed to bring about his own future entrance. Before the trolls begin their session, Scratch took measure to both pave the way for English to arrive, as well as contribute to his own creation. First Guardians have circuitous self-fulfilling origins, much like the players of Suburb. Beck was created in a lab through ectobiology by merging the ghost slime image of Grandpa's dog Harley with Rose's meow code. Scratch had a similar but yet unknown origin. Scratch manipulated several members of the Trolls party into playing Suburb in the first place. Notably, he manipulated Vriska into killing Aradia, who as a ghost became the primary orchestrator of the session. He was also used as something of a pawn himself by Terezi. Couldn't say that sentence there for a second. I don't know why I got tripped up by that, but I could not say that sentence. He was also used as something of a pawn himself by Terezi, and exacting revenge against Vriska, causing her to lose an eye and an arm. This was another key moment in a critical cycle of revenge, leading to Terezi's blindness and awakening, Vriska's eventual death by Aradia's retaliation, and then Vriska's resurrection to the god tier as a thief of light. Having done everything he needs to, Scratch tells Rose he wishes to die. Thus, the destruction of the green sun is to their mutual benefit, and Rose forms a plan. While she gave the short version of the plan to John, telling him he needed to recover the tumor, she tells the full plan to Dave. The tumor at the center of the battlefield is in fact a very powerful bomb, capable of destroying the green sun. She will go to sleep, and John will bring it to her dream self. Meanwhile, Dave is to go to sleep and listen to the gods, who will tell him how to find the sun. He will make a map, and Rose will plot a course there and destroy the green sun in a wacky mission. Ideally, this will negate all of Jack's powers, reducing him to mortal status again. Events from Dave's perspective. After entering the gate above his apartment, Dave begins exploring Lohak under the guidance of his patron troll Terezi. Her fascination with him was prompted by the money wire from his future self, which alerted her to the existence of the humans in the first place. She watched him grow up with his bro and made some observations about humanity through his upbringing. She then committed to helping him, in part due to a rivalry with Vriska, who sought to make sure the human she favored, John, would outpace Dave. Over the course of the adventures she coordinates for him, Dave experiences about 3 days chronologically due to looping through time and fulfilling the requirements of various time loops. The key objective is to make enough money for him to be able to wire it to her in the first place, completing the time loop that started it all. The sum of money vastly exceeds what is typically gathered in a session, and it must be accumulated by manipulating the low-hack stock exchange using time travel. Along the way, Dave and Trezzy befriend each other, trading comics and perpetuating financial capers. In the early going, Trezzy leads him into a pot of soup prepared for his crocodile consorts. For no particular reason other than it needed to happen on this timeline. Doubtful of the need for her help, he nearly quit, but received assurance from his future self, and continued exploring. He goes underground and discovers gold ruins. Before entering, he's interrupted by Karkat, who uses a memo to warn both him and John about their involvement with Terezi and Vriska, telling them the Scourge sisters are partaking in a dangerous game of rivalry-fueled flirtation, which has gotten both him and John killed at least once each. Karkat speaks from a time in which he is aware of a plan developing which may lead to the kids and trolls meeting each other, and does not look forward to the results of the gathering if these trends continue. John and Dave disregard his advice. Dave proceeds into the ruins and finds a legendary sword, the Keldorflich, lodged into a block of gold. He breaks it to retrieve it, and is told by Jadesprite that the sword is critical to his personal quest as Knight of Time. Trezzy then tells him he is about to fall asleep, without knowing Vriska was behind the snap as well. Dave goes to sleep, and Jadesprite defends him from a horde of powerful monsters. Before Dave wakes up, Jadesprite leaves to find Bro. He does, and joins him in the battle against Jack. When Jade enters, Jack transforms into Bec Noir and defeats both of them. Bro is slain by his own sword, and the body is discovered by Dave later, who can't bring himself to retrieve the sword. While sleeping in the ruins, Dave's dream self wakes up again on Durst's moon. Following Rose's advice, he looks into the sky and takes off his shades. He gets his first glimpse of the gods. He then wakes up from hearing a gunshot fired by Jade as she battles an imp and quickly teleports away. The first of 3 times he sees her in this manner. He sees her again in the Lohawks, and again while visiting Jade's planet. He then goes on to make all the money needed to buy all the Frey motifs, which are powerful battle techniques purchased from consorts, and to reach the top of his echelon. But he still wanted to know why he would never be able to reach John's level. To satisfy his curiosity, Trezzy gives him a choice somewhere in the middle of his timeline, a choice to be decided by a coin flip. He could assign the outcome of the flip to mean he would either be shown now or later. The outcome of the flip, which Trezzy did not even look at, was a constant. 2 realities are created by his 2 possible decisions. The decision to be shown now creates a doomed reality when Dave becomes doomed. The decision to wait simply continues the alpha reality, and Dave remains the alpha Dave. Doomed Dave follows Trezzy's instructions given to him before the flip. He is to go back in time, leaving his doomed timeline, and sleep on his quest bed. And if he has what it takes to reach his god tier, he will. Alpha Dave, after waiting some time, was instructed to go to bed to find sleeping Dave and kill him, thus allowing him to face the true gravity of his decision. Dave doesn't go through with it, and decides to end his collaboration with Trezzy for the time being. Later, Doomed Dave wakes up, gets out of bed, and is immediately killed by Jack. Yes, okay. I understand that. 0314, before the critical moment. Trezzy watches and is upset by her involvement in his death. She runs off deeper into the lab. Okay. That all makes a lot more sense now, knowing that that was the Dave that we didn't kill before. Dave travels to Jade's planet, the land of frost and frogs, Lothaf. While standing in the snow, he sees Jade appear briefly while fighting an imp. Just as he did before in the ruins, he contacts her, and she mentions she has lost track of John. Dave tells her John's busy without mentioning he was in the process of rising up to god tier. He says John can no longer be her server player and they would have to make other plans. Dave tells her to deploy the IntelliBeam laser station in his apartment. The device allows very complex capture codes for certain items like a suburb disk, and to be read, which couldn't otherwise be read by the human eye. He then creates a copy of his own server disk and uses it to connect to John's server player. He becomes the server player for both Rose and Jade, though past Dave would stay concerned with Rose's connection, while he, as future Dave, would concern himself with Jade's connection. He deploys a new alchemimeter and helps her upgrade it. With his massive reserve of grist accumulate in his travels and his more advanced torrenting capabilities, he allows Jade to alchemize some sophisticated equipment right away. A bit later, she contacts him again after learning of his dead bro and dead Doom self. He assured her that dead Dave was just a Doom copy, and he would be fine. She decides Jack needs to be stopped, and they should come up with a better plan than Rose's mission to stop him. He suggests the idea is futile, but lets her know she'd come to her own decision regardless, and he'd be available to talk again later if needed. Events from Jade's perspective. When Jade's dream self is killed, her robot explodes, destroying her room, causing her to fall. Beck transports her bed to break her fall, and she falls asleep. Now dream dead, she has a dream in a bubble blown by a god in the furthest ring and meets Fairy there. Fairy, a Durst dreamer, went to sleep to convince the gods to establish dream bubbles where they can meet while asleep, as long as their dream selves are dead. While she is asleep, 0413 before the critical moment, there's that number again, Jack destroys the trolls' Durst, killing her and all the Durst dreamers. She, along with all the other trolls and Jade, would only then dream in the furthest ring, where she met Jade and attempted to show her the gods were harmless. But Jade sees through the bubble and catches a glimpse of the gods. She wakes up with a headache, scared of what she saw, and resolves to stay awake. Fairy messages her and introduces herself as the one from the dream. It is the second time they have spoken. The first time was long ago from Jade's perspective. Jade realizes her robot has exploded, causing her to remember that was her cue to message Carcat. She does, and the aforementioned confusion takes place in the memo with past and future Carcat. Past Carcat berates her, while future Carcat defends her. She reprimands both of them for arguing with each other, who are the same person separated by only 3 hours. Dave enters the memo and mocks future Carcat for his flirtation with Jade after the lecture he gave to Jade and Dave on the subject. Jade ends the conversation and in no particular hurry to get back to him about the important matter he wanted to discuss. The meter impact is imminent. John connects with her and helps her prepare for entry. She makes her entry item from the pre-punch card. A tree sprouts from the alchemizer, and a green Beck-shaped pinata dangles from the branch. A green blindfold appears over her eyes, which she cannot remove. She attempts to strike the pinata with the butt of her rifle, which does no damage. Instead, it releases a burst of energy, causing the greenhouse to explode, and Jada fly out and fall. While falling, she takes a shot in the dark with her rifle. By this point, Beck has prototyped himself to become Jadesprite, and has destroyed the meteor with a massive green energy blast, releasing a huge shockwave spreading out over the surface of the Earth, destroying much of what had been already by the meteor storm of the Reckoning. Jadesprite then appears in front of her bullet and redirects it into the head of the pinata, destroying it. Jade, her house, and a large part of her island, including the volcano, are all transported in the medium on Lofaf. She falls through the snow of Lofaf, now unblindfolded. Jadesprite again breaks her fall with a bed, and again she falls asleep. She has a recollection of sitting on a bed back on Earth some time ago, working on John's present. It's then that Fairy contacts her for the first time. Jade believes she is trolling her like the others, but she only means to reassure her what happened wasn't her fault, as well as inform her of a plan to establish the dream bubbles. But soon both realize it's not a memory, but a dream they are currently sharing, with the memory as a stage. Fairy meets Jade in a room and compliments her on the work on her bunny. Fairy also claims to be dead. Jade wakes up again, just as agitated as the first time she woke up. She gets out of bed and realizes her lunch stop is still in the destroyed greenhouse. She begins her ascent and is interrupted by an encounter with an imp, which takes on a trans-instansphere journey, visiting many locations and passing by 3 instances of Dave, including a future Dave who ends up helping her later. The imp is finally killed by Jadesprite. PM from post-apocalypse Earth, just after discovering her station en route to the Fog Ruins, tries to issue commands to Jade through the terminal. Jadesprite is alert to these commands and protectively destroys PM's terminal. Jade returns and finds the computer undamaged. Future Dave contacts her after seeing her out in the snow. He then becomes her server player and sets up the equipment after most of it was destroyed, transported before entry. As she prepares to alchemize new items, she is contacted by a fairy god troll, a distinction which does not necessarily have anything to do with being a kid's patron troll. Tava seeks permission from her to commune with Beck again. The first time he did it was when she was very young and playing with her grandpa's flintlock pistols. She accidentally fired the gun at herself. Tavos communed with Beck to get him to transport the gun and the bullet away from her, and toward her grandpa, who was picnicking with the blue doll, killing him. Tavos mistook him for an intruder, but Regardless, Jade is upset by the revelation. He digs himself into a deeper hole by professing flush feelings for her awkwardly, while making hold claims of high self-esteem and confidence granted from his new robot legs. Put off by this, she is not particularly receptive to his plan to commune with Bexprite to take on Jack Noir and ends the conversation. Vriska, who is reading the conversation, mocks Davos for his false show of confidence. She continues to take jabs at him, calling him a coward, unable to do the one thing she asks, which would have given him real confidence. She refers to the incident preceding her resurrection to the god tier. After she was nearly beaten to death by Aradia, Davos finds her, believing her to be dead. He attempts to bring her back to life with a kiss, but having woken up on Prospect after the beating, Vriska's dream self is able to control his mind. She makes him choke himself, simply to prevent the kiss to avoid the standard resurrection process which would prohibit god tier ascension. She does not wish to control him completely, instead intending to leave the following decisions to him to make him stronger. Instead, she merely controls his hand to write messages to himself using her blood. She instructs him to take her to the quest cocoon and to kill her on the sacrificial slab before she bleeds to death. He hesitates, and she continues to insist. While her dream self gradually takes on the same wounds inflicted on her real self, causing her demands to become more desperate. The more desperate she gets, the more terrified Davos he becomes. And he finally flees without killing her. She does eventually die and is resurrected on the battlefield as the Thief of Light. Still holding this against him, she berates him for his newfound attitude and regards his plan to influence the kid's timeline as a cheap imitation of her tactics. She brags about the ways she has manipulated events on the timeline so far by practicing her abilities on Jade repeatedly, causing her to fall asleep frequently. She described ways in which she has inserted her agenda into existing events, tipping off agents to the whereabouts of the Meow Code book and the other such incidents which contributed to the rise of Jack Noir, so she could claim responsibility for his existence. Before taking him on herself, Davos becomes angry with her incessant mockery and the extent of her treachery, and decides to seek her out to challenge her. She waits for him somewhere in the lab. After the conversation with Davos, Jade alchemizes a number of items, one of which is a legendary rifle, Ahab's Crosshairs, supplied by Eridan. Eridan, now believing himself to be a powerful wizard, feels he surpassed the need for the weapon, and gives it to Jade to fuel the rivalry he mistakenly assumed she has with Rose, as payback for Rose's early dismissal of his black advances. Jade recognized it as one of the weapons she included with her bunny for John. The weapons were provided by a pen pal, who she accidentally revealed to be her grandson from the future. The pen pal swore to her secrecy on the matter, so she did the same with Eridan, though he admitted this would be the last time he talked to any human regardless. Realizing the new rifle would serve as a sort of heirloom to her grandson, she decided to discard it outside of her house, and allow it to reach her grandson eventually however it may. Eridan then blew up her Johnny Top. Another item she created was a pair of junior Compassooth spectagoggles, allowing her to see anything in the instansphere at the present moment. She saw John as the heir of breath on the battlefield, Rose on Lohawk talking to Doc Scratch, Jadesprite's pennant covered in blood nearby Bro's dead body, and his slain doomed Dave. She contacts Dave to make sure he's alright. She then comes up with a plan to take on Jack Noir. She contacts Davos again to talk about the plan he proposed, but he has left to take on Vriska. She has only one idea left. She goes up to her grandpa's lab, summons Bexprite, and tosses in her dead dream self, which her grandpa had retrieved from the battlefield and stuffed many years ago. Bexprite becomes Jadesprite, but Dream Jade is not pleased by the transformation. She freaks out and releases the typical First Guardian pyrotechnics. The lab plummets, crushing the column and greenhouse below. It bounces away from the house, rolling into a large snowball and settling near a green stump. The two Jades sit in a state of dismay amidst the rubble of the lab and the glow of a damaged fourth wall. Quite literally speaking. As the clock ticks down to the critical event, the most important character of Homestuck sits and watches this pandemonium ensue. And then the second most important character in Homestuck positions a horrible drawing of himself in front of a typewriter and writes his recap. Oh, so H is not the most important person. I think this typewriter is running out of ribbon ink. Thank God that white ink is such a pain in the butt to read. Almost as much as these recaps are to write or to read. It's a lot of reading. Imagine reading it like this. I think all the white text crashed my browser. Sorry, why don't we get back to what's happening on the other side of the coat? The sport girls are very upset and emotional, and we kind of let them hanging. Yeah, tell me about it. But we're gonna go ahead and stop here, my friends. Much love to you all. Thank you all for everything. I so appreciate you so very much. And I do want to say much thanks to everyone who's been commenting on the videos. And Divine Erdrick for talking to me about the culture of the game and the way it came out. It's very awesome comment talking to you, my friend. So thank you for speaking up. I really enjoy these conversations. I love it when I can talk to you all about the games. It makes me so happy to know that we can do this story together. And of course, thank you Intro Zero for everything as usual. And everyone else who's watching, even those who don't comment. I love you guys all. I love you so very much. I thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. Until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.